welcome or welcome back to my channel where I write my books, I play with inks and do other fun stationery stuff. So, a very exciting package has just arrived. One of the reasons why I didn't go with the pink lemonade Twispy is because I knew there's I recently had sort of something nice happened and I wanted to treat myself. And I thought, but the pink lemonade Twispy wasn't quite the pen I had in mind for that. So one of the reasons why I didn't go with that in the end, I think it's probably almost all out of stock now, is because so it has the converter, but yeah, great, because on the website it looked as if it had a color matching converter, and it definitely has. I am so glad. I feel it's a bit heftier than I expected, because sometimes with these pens, when they're very light, I feel a bit, I don't know, I'm a bit confused, I guess. Is that a screw-in one? No. Okay. So it has an orange converter, so it matches the swirl. And I have never seen this pen online anywhere, but it's sort of my answer to, so basically this is why the Esterbrook Etsy Katsu Fugetsu or Kachu Fugetsu was not sort of, it sort of itched my brain, but I think because it's pink, again, I didn't really go for it. I have some pink pens, but this one, when I saw it the first time, did something for me. And yeah, it comes in a lovely presentation pack with a second converter. It has a 21 karat nib, and this is why I have a weird thing where I'm sort of a completionist, but not quite. So basically, what I wanted to do was to have a 14 karat, an 80 karat, and a 21 karat nib, and sort of have my experiences with them. And then I don't know where to go from there, but maybe that's enough. We'll see. So that is my 21K nib. Just get this away. So the name is a bit complicated. So it's Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and it's the Veilio 3rd edition Pearl Orange. I was able to, so there was a sale on, and I was able to put another discount on the discount with store credit. It has a fine nib, because recently I've gone into the fine nib rabbit hole. I don't think I'm with extra fine yet, but yeah. And obviously we need to see what kind of ink could go into this pen. once I wanted to consider a few options. Okay, and I just got together a few inks that might work with this pen. The first one is Rohrklinger Sanddorn or Sea Buckthorn. Just put him over here. Yeah, do something very scribbly. This is sort of the end of my glass dip pen. And I'm going to, for this one, I'm going to use the, usually I use the thin one now, but and Klinger Sanddorn. The two D's always trip me up. So this is like a very bright and punchy orange. Then we're going softer with Schneider Apricot. Apricot. I think that might be a bit too light, but still trying it out. Yeah, this is sort of a more desaturated. Then an ink that I've just received, it's Dominant Industry Grey. And last but not least, Diamine Ancient Copper. I haven't had that in a pen for a long while, and I really want that back in a pen very soon. Trying to make it a bit scribbly so it matches the first swatch. Of course, it's all over because that's what we do here. Diamine Ancient Copper. And I love that for ones that have like 4 different brands. I have a lot of Diamine inks because of their affordability. Right, let's give these beauties time to dry. Okay, you might see there is some ink in the pen. And I basically went through everything that I have inked at the moment. And then I realized I actually have a color that is quite close to Earl Grey inked up. It looks more like Diamond Autumn Oak, but it's sort of close enough. Somehow, even though I really want to use Ancient Copper again, I did not feel it for that pen. And Santon is a bit too bright. So actually, I went with Schneider Apricot and I filled it. And I had like a few scribbles to make sure it works. And it's a very slicey nib. I think it's one of those cases where I definitely need to get used to the nib as well. So let me see, where did I put the little paper? I will get the name wrong otherwise. Okay. So this is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Veilio, 3rd edition. Pearl Orange, the fine 21K nib, and it's inked with Schneider Apricot. And I might have to smooth this a bit. At the moment it feels a bit, said it's really slicey, but it feels as if it's so snagging on the fibers. But the color is really nice coming out of this pen. And maybe that's also something that, yeah, I just need to write with it a bit. But so from my 3 gold nibs, this has been so far out of the sort of box. This has been the one where I'm not quite over the moon. But I'm sure we can make it fit. Sometimes I just need a bit of time, to get my hand in. This is definitely the most expensive pen that I own. And I will take it with me, sort of try and write with it as much as I can, and then report back if anything changes, if I sort of get the bit of the sliciness out. I know some nibs, they're supposed to be slicey, but I think this is a bit where I think it's actually, as I said, it seems to snag a tiny bit. So yeah, leave it with me. Thank you so much for watching this sort of unboxing. And I know orange isn't everyone's favorite, but it is at the moment, I think, my favorite color. Blue and orange together is sort of something that does something to my brain. So it's not really so weird that I'm going to go for like more orange stuff. Let me know what you think. I think there's a blue one in the same collection as well, but it has sort of a, it's not, the blue wasn't dark enough to sort of really catch my attention. But yeah, I really want to make this work. Have you ever had like a pen that was a bit, when you wrote with it the first time, was a bit, who? Okay, is that normal? Is that something I need to get used to? Or is that somewhere where the pen has to be adjusted? So far, I haven't had any sort of pens that were expensive enough that you would actually do some work to it, maybe even professional work. I don't know whether this is going to be the case here. But yeah, very, very interesting experience. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.